Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome to a new playthrough here in Imperator Rome, where we're in the Cicero patch, well, Cicero beta patch here, so we're going to be giving this all a bit of a go. I have looked at the patch notes, bear with me though, because it is all a bit new to me, and I've been asked to play Egypt, who are apparently easy, but, well, we'll see how it goes. I'm half tempted to go on mixed gender rules because I've not done that yet, simply because it gives you more generals. So we're going to do that. Anybody who QQs in the comment, tough. Simply doing that because it gives us more generals. Nothing to do with what I personally think, though I have no problem with it. It basically gives me more people I can put in all my positions, more generals I can use, more people, better people. However, it does also give every other faction better people as well. Obviously, lots of new bits and pieces here. Diplomacy, we've got feudatory in Andros, where are Andros, Kos, and that place below us is a client state. Yeah, and some feudatories up there. Weird. That's because, though we have a very limited fleet at the start of the game because we have just been battered. Obviously, it's a monarchy. And yeah, let's jump in. Alexander the Great. In Babylon, 18 years ago, the arrogant king Alexander died suddenly at the age of 32. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing military success had reshaped the world as known to the Greeks. His empire stretched uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus. The shock of Alexander's death and his lack of a chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of the satraps and generals who attended him, splintering his empire into elements ruled by these potentates, styled as the Diadachi. I am almost certainly pronouncing that horribly wrong, guys. Sorry about that. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their sphere of influence into conflict. The walls of the Diadachi, somebody tell me how to pronounce that, please. Will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to Egypt just to decide how they will end. The die is cast. So, Cicero Beta, work in progress. You can follow feature changes there. So, you can now disband loyal cohorts for double cost. Those loyal cohorts will turn into veteran cohorts. Basically, they up the guy's power. Pops no longer instantly promote to another type, assimilate their culture, or convert to their religion. All of these changes will now instead happen over time. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that because I've had these discussions on Facebook with people. Let's pause it. Because actually, it's different to when you're doing a regional conversion. You're actually using your influence to make people want to change. You're not necessarily actually changing, but they're saying they're changing. So you're doing a religious campaign there, giving them benefits, using that influence. So, well, okay, it wouldn't be instant. It's different between doing a gradual thing and a quick thing, you know. So it's the difference between, say, deciding everybody should change religion by the state, being very nice, building lots of churches or temples of a different sort, or sending missionaries into the community going, you should follow this one. Here's gold to follow this one. Here's influence to follow this one. But I'm not going to go into that now. Pops now migrate over time to neighbouring cities in the same province, or between provinces with a port in your empire. So pops will move around, which is really good. Monarch power has been removed as a concept. A new currency, political influence, is now generated by members loyal to, political influence is now generated by loyal members of your government over time. Reworked experience. All armies now get access to drill, which gets them experience. Reworked military traditions. They're now acquired using military experience because that one's gone too. Added 11 new building types. More depth in your cities. Fabricating claims is no longer instant and takes time. Again, I'm not a fan of that because in this era, in this era, it was far more. We claim right to that because we trade to it, therefore it needs to be under our control. So it's not instant, but it's definitely a fast process, but it's not too long. New character interaction to bestow regional nickname on governors has been added. A new character interaction to impose corruption sanctions on a character has been added, reducing the corruption at the cost of loyalty and tyranny. So various things. There's also other little things, and we'll see how that all works, like the way that culture changes is different, and we're going to I'm not 100% sure on how that works, but we are going to get a we are going to get a baptism of fire with that, because, well, we're playing as Egypt, who, if we look at the culture, yeah, so got lots of Macedonian pops, which will help it, but it's a lot more long-winded a process. Okay, anyway, so that's the start. As I said, this is my first time playing Cicero. We've lost all of the... we've now got political influence and military experience rather than the 4 different types of influence we had before. Effectively, they do the same things in a different way. You use military experience for military things, political influence for all of the political things rather than having them split up. I am personally not a fan of them being split up into just the 2. However, the rework is nice. Still all work in progress, guys. I do think I should also mention, I mean, it's not early access to this, but I did get access to Imperator Rome through Paradox, so big thank you to Paradox. Okay, disloyal characters. You're not in charge of anything, I don't care. Bad research ratio. It's early in the game, I don't care. Right, 3 idea slots. Well, first things first. How much does it cost to assign an idea? 20 political influence. How much does it cost to make a claim on... Oh, wow. On Judea. Say. Oh, wow. No, they are... Ooh. Oh... I want to start a war. We don't have much of a fleet, which is something we need to build up relatively early. Obviously, I'm not declaring war on them. So 20 influence to do that. Oh, wow. Support rebels just costs aggressive expansion. So... yeah, first thing first, let's get an omen going. Happiness. Because... ooh. We want to be doing both. But to start with, I'm actually going to do cultural there. So pop assimilation seed, 4.5%. Now that's based on what's already in the region as well. What does it actually cost to... Oh! Oh, so can you literally not assimilate pops at all in the same way as you used to be able to? So there is literally no way of using... I mean, I guess religious power doesn't exist at all. So, yeah, that is a big change. Let's sort my ideas first, because we get a nice big buff from that. Obviously, this is still work in process, so we do still have some missing icons. Let's see. Build time, commerce, income, or slave output. Now, slave output is... straight into taxes. And military one, we're going for one we always go for, which is the reinforcement and army morale. Okay, available decisions. embrace social, allows both men and women to serve. We're going to do that because of the reasons I said, guys, which is simply because it gives me access to more people to put into positions, because now I have more people for all of my positions. So there we go, and we can do lots of stuff like that. We've got lots of tax. Now it's just cost gold now. Let's up my tax rate. Anyway, let's have a look at other things going on. Right, so my influence gain is basically all of these guys, how good they are and how loyal they are. So you want people who are good at their job and loyal to you. So nobody's better than 75 there. Loyalty, I suspect, will be an issue for us because we've got a lot of people who are a very different culture than us. So, oh wow, so he is not loyal. So let's bribe him. And give him free hands. Okay. Got another invention. I want to up my income. Supply limit is going to be huge for us down in these deserts. Got some scorned families. I'm not so fussed by that. But see, again, this is why having the women, you be able to do things is really good, because straight away I have access to some really good, to more people who are really good. Now, we've just got to remember, all of the AIs will be able to do that too, so let's have a look. So population, pop assimilation speed, there we go. Oh, first things first, first things first. Trade, 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 trade. Block sharing surpluses. And automate trade. We are accepting trade offers of those who would make us, even those who would make us lose our capital bonuses. But if I block that, we allow it. Blocked. Oh, so they've swapped it, so it's automatically blocked. We are not allowing any trade offers that would make our surplus lose. We manually accept every no. We're going to auto that. And we're blocking anything which would make us lose our capital surplus. Okay. So assimilation is the thing I want most. Oh, that's really good. Political influence is the speed you integrate people with and can do things with other factions, which is really quite nice. We've got some extra things, though. Obviously, grain is extra manpower, population capacity, extra food. Because there is a whole food mechanic now, which I would need to look into in more depth. I can get steppe horses? And elephants, because who doesn't want elephants? Okay, and we've got a terrible research ratio. Not much I can do about that at the moment. So, here goes. We are going to be playing this, guys. Obviously, this is still all in beta, so things may change, things may break. We'll play it as it goes and as it happens. You can actually sail up here, please. Do we have any pirate fleets around our territory? Nope. The Wars of Diadachi. Having built the largest empire in the world has ever seen, Alexander the Great died suddenly 10 years ago. With no clear successor to his empire, his generals and the Diadachis, or successors, have ever since fought over Alexander's spoils. As one of Alexander's oldest friends, our ruler, Ptolemy, has secured the wealthiest province of the empire, Egypt, for himself. Expansion into Greece and Syria has been somewhat thwarted by the Antigonus Monophatomos, the former satrap of Phrygia, with the entire Egyptian fleet crushed in the recent battle of Salamis. Antigonus is perhaps the most successful of successors, but success breeds enemies, and now he stands alone, vulnerable. Okay, so we gain claims on Greece, Thrace, Macedonia, Syria, Assyria. Wow, lots of places. But oh, this is the nice thing. So all of this is where we've got claims. That's really nice to be able to see that. I'm glad I didn't spend any money. We are rather low on manpower at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to head that way. I am going to start a war over here with Phrygia. How big is Phrygia? 33. Couple of elephants. And I'm skint. Elephants are good. And being able to have elephants straight away is great. Obviously, I want to try and stay friends with people like Kush, if I'm honest. Let's spend some time improving the opinion. As we've got all these claims up here, I would be remiss not to use them. Now, if I'm lucky, Phrygia will implode. If I'm not lucky, when I have a few wars with Phrygia, it will implode. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Now, do these claims last forever? The corrupt governor of Upper Egypt. It seems that the governor of Upper Egypt has been taking advantage of his position to such a degree that he has left the people of Kurga destitute. Ooh. This is outrageous! Fix it. Just to confuse me, it's the other way around than I'd have thought it would be. I mean, at some point I may want to go this way, but I'm in no rush with all this lovely territory. And that means I can take great swathes of it at the same time. So making a claim on Judea would be good, because they are a Phrygian thrall. Support rebels there. That'd be interesting. Obviously got all these little guys who will get eaten up, but I guess that is the other thing though, is it doesn't really matter too much as I hit these guys, how they do. We'll see who comes out on top over here, over time, because I'm going to leave them. Basically, we are going to try and reclaim the Empire, starting with this area of the Med. So, you know, we'll capture all of this, and then we'll start working our way into the Seleucid Empire, if it still exists. I suspect if they disintegrate, I actually won't do particularly well out of that. A discreditable dalliance. A young woman. Yeah, I don't want to really gain it. Too much tyranny. That seems to be the best one to make this go away. But yeah, the other issue I have is a lot of my governors, a lot of my nobles, I believe. Oh no, all of my nobles are Hellenic. It's just my regions aren't. Ah, so this is it. So that's culture. So yeah. So in 59. Wow, it's taking ages. And there's definitely no way of doing it. So as time goes on, we will get more and more. Obviously, these people will also move around a bit. So. And that just costs money. So, yes. And that, I think, will speed it up. Let's have a look, actually, how this has worked out. So, slave assimilating gives us 0.8 speed. Cultural assimilation, 4.5. That's by having that thing on. Dominant state religion is not the state religion. Gives us minus 10%. Ouch. Dominant culture is not the primary culture. Minus 25%. Yeah, heritage aplotomy. Oh wow, minus 25%. Surplus precious metals in capital plus 10%. Tyranny. Oh, so we really not Hellenic a religion. So do I want to do religion first? So this is for religion. Which is going to take even longer. Yeah, because it's... Yeah. Would one of these have actually done religion? But, as we push up here, that is going to help us. Well, there won't. So actually, we probably want to invade straight up here as early as we can. And places like Cyprus to get us the extra Hellenic pops. But I think this is a thing of, as it starts rolling, as more and more change, it will get quicker and quicker and quicker, which kind of makes sense. What's this one? Military experience, which I can use for these things. Oh, do I not have iron? Our settlements across... do what we can. Oh wow, I don't actually have iron. I did not realise that. Oh, I definitely don't need two of them. There we go. So just slowly building that up for our inevitable war. It doesn't have to be a big war. Certainly going to wait until these guys are fighting other things. because they have a lot of subjects compared to me. Oh my god. Yeah, dealing with our religion and culture is going to be one of our biggest things for getting right. Now I'm interested. What going to happen down here? So they are slowly, naturally converting. It's just taking ages. Now I assume there will be text for this as time goes on. Yeah, and that's every. Yeah, it's just one at a time. So it's time. Basically, it just takes time. So pops do automatically promote themselves and do things. That's quite nice. So a lot of this stuff happens naturally. Now let's have a look. Where's food? Where's food? Where's food? So here's monthly food income. It's actually negative. So let us build. Can we build a farm? But is that a bad thing? Does that cause me to have food issues? I'm going to have a bit more of a look at the food system and how that works. Because here is obviously negative. We've got less buildings here because this is a... so this is farmland. Oh, this is still farmland. But it's obviously got a city there. Whereas this is just farmland. There are definitely different sizes. So this is a settlement. City, and you can up from a city to a metropolis as well. The deception does not come naturally to Bosphorus first. We've gained guileless. Yay! So actually, I want to push my tyranny up a bit if I can. The Olympic Games! There we go. So we're sending somebody to take part in the Olympics. So there we go, we are fabricating a claim. Does that not appear on here anymore? Hey, there we go, active diplomacy with us fabricating that claim. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Yeah. So that will tick up. 3 years. That's actually gone up the amount of time that takes. I'm not a fan of that change, if I'm honest. Combats? Ooh, pirates! That's why we've got our fleet stationed here. Let us go into port to refit and repair slightly. Okay. got promotion speed. No precious metals, because I want to keep working on that assimilation. It's got to be something which increases religion. Integration speed. No, that's something different. So we're going to grab some precious metals there. Basically, all of these things help with our integration. Oh wow, I shouldn't have done that one. That one was tiny. I'm definitely not doing this just to try and forcibly push my tyranny up a bit, guys. Ooh, wow, insanity. Ordinary man of sound mind. His personal advisor reports Balthazar has started slavering. I don't want to gain lunatic. It's basically upping our tyranny a bit there, which actually is going to help with this. So now we've got that tyranny, we're actually getting that going faster. The heritage, that's annoying. Is that a ruler trait? Well, we get the extra on culture group happiness straight away. Let's look here. Yeah, so found city modifier is cheaper, pop assimilation speed is much slower, which is a little annoying actually. I don't know if we'll be able to lose that long run. Or is that a decision? Let's have a look. See, I could always embrace, you know, something else, so that's something we want to try and go for. Or we could build some of these things, which is really cool. Ooh. Popularity, and we've got to have 600 territories, obviously. Have a lot of influence. The Hierophant must follow the faith. I'm not planning on doing that. I can abolish the social equality anytime I want. And we can build various things. That's quite cool. Let's speed time up a little bit at the moment, because it's not really a huge amount we can do. I also can't fabricate multiple claims at once. That is not a fan. Not a fan of that at all. It makes it much slower. Yeah, I like my veterans being happy. Ooh, Rome is on the march. Wow. Let's get another... Actually, no. A few lights and another heavy. This is going to be quite a big army, to be fair. I almost want to split it. Perfect. They're actually somebody from a unhappy house. Oh, let's stick it all together before we split it. That way it's just going to be better. We can also drill them to gain military experience faster, but it does cost us money. That said, we're making a reasonable amount at the moment, so that's not hugely bad. So a few more light infantry. Light infantry are low, words failing me, low supply weight, so actually they will do better in the deserts. By having these two armies split, it will work much better for us. You know what? No. We're going to do this slightly differently. We are going to send our ships with them to launch this invasion, because I like being able to actually get there relatively quickly. No, we're not going to board just yet. Wait until that's just about to pop. No, I want to keep people happy. Because happy people will convert, well, are less likely to rebel as I'm trying to convert them all. And cult. Rulers. So, as rulers of a foreign people, we have not always embraced would been embraced with open arms. The Egyptian clergy in particular harbour a deep resentment to our Hellenic gods. The separatist cult mixes a number of elements of a Hellenistic and Egyptian religion into a new syncretic faith. By promoting this cult in our state, we would perhaps bridge the gap between the Macedonian settlers and the Egyptian populace. By promoting this small cult to the faith of our kingdom, we might also shape it and be able to use it. So, reduces our Roman. Ooh, ups pop conversion speed massively. Wrong culture group happiness temp, that's really good. The omen power is nasty, but that's really good actually. Because wrong culture group happiness is going to be very, very useful as we push out. Because if we look at cultural groups, you know, these guys are all going to be different where we're hitting. And the conversion speed is religious conversion speed. Let's do that. Where does that appear? That will have made a big old difference here to my pop conversion speed. Oh. So hang on. That swapped our religion, but not our culture. I'm confused. I thought that didn't quite say that. But we are now their religion. So we're converting. I'm still happy with that. So how do we go about upping the food? Granary, just upped the capacity. There we go. So you want to make sure you're importing enough food as well. Monthly food. Which gives us the most? Grain. There we go. So that's really pushing our food up. These are just extra levels to look at and be aware of, guys. So, that'll do for now. Right, let's board and prepare to sail. Oh, no preparing, let's sail. Oh! While occasionally rakish, lounge tendencies. Full investigation, which does put us in a little bit of a deficit. We've got to reassign somebody. There we go. Fix it. Oh, stop popping up over me. And that's not great, I'm going to be honest. Oh, wow. Scandal draws to a close. Stop the excess. So where that part of it, can I start? I'm assuming that claim is process is probably going to stop. I wouldn't mind so much if I could fabricate multiple claims at the same time. So, yeah, on the same country. Because it just means on large countries it's going to take forever to actually try and take them on. And, yeah. And the invasion begins. So this is our first war as the Egyptians. There's their first army, I can see. I'm not sure what they're doing. They look like they're training of some sort. They're about to get themselves battered, that's for sure. When I say that, they are doing quite well. Extra food sounds good to me. You can march up to there, you're going to march in behind. Then potentially we're going to use the ships to jump ahead. Then we can always cap that. So we are still fabricating a claim, so you can... Ooh, shipwreck, one of Egyptian's most renowned merchant traders. Ooh, how awful. Yeah, how awful. I can't afford to do much more than that. Ugh. Well, that fixed that. Wasn't ideal, but I'll cope. So we're kind of jumping ahead. So it looks like you can. I'm not sure how that's doing that. Oh, it is. It's going to there. Then up to there. But yeah, we're going to hit here and start going down there. So we're jumping past that one. This is kind of their core territories we're taking now, so... Ooh, that's not great, however. So we're going to fall in behind just to get our morale, our manpower back. Yes, please. Fabrication speed is going to be a really big thing. This is going quite nicely. Yeah. Actually, we would have been better pushing forwards, but... Researcher, that's perfect. Oh, they came out of the port and died and gave us some ships. Let's catch and ban and smash them. Not going badly, not going, well, it's going well, let's be honest. The Olympic Games! Artemis. So we've got quite good setups here, nice rounded setups, and the elephants just give that bit of oomph, even if they will take a lot of attrition. That said, they're surviving quite well, actually. Veterans move on. Local unrest -1. Ooh, nice. And we're still making a claim. Fine. We're just splurging through them now. Oops, I don't have a clue what happened there because I wasn't trying to click on it. I hope it wasn't an option which was nasty, because I don't know, because I kind of just clicked on the screen to do something else as it got there. These poor guys, they're literally being completely overwhelmed. I could client state them. Or I could just take them. Jews leaving for Judea. Well, it's not a huge issue for us. This war's over already. How much money we get from that? Not much. It would still be nice, and I could always integrate them later on. And a much less aggressive expansion, which isn't going to be great for us at the moment. No, I'm just going to take the territory. Make that Egypt that bit bigger. There we go. So that's our first war done. I like the massive Egypt now. That's I judge my empire by the size of a name, and we just made the name. I think only Moria's bigger, so obviously they're the only people who are better than us. No, that was a nice little expansion. Obviously that is giving us some issues, but nothing we can't handle. Though, if we scroll in, we do want to be a little careful. I say that, it's not doing that badly. I really don't need religious conversion now, so... Oh god, we definitely don't want to be doing that. So how are we doing op-wise? It says religion is still Hellenic. I'm confused. Anyway, we are leaving this one here, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have been enjoying this. Please feel free to pop any comments in the comments section or jump over to my Discord and say hi. There is a link to my Discord in the comments and the description, as well as links to my Twitter, my Patreon, and my affiliations with Overclockers and Humble Bundle Games, so please check them out. As always, thank you very much for watching.